You know what's crazy? Every single time Cardi B steps into the spotlight, the drama follows her like it's glued to her heels. This case right here, whew, child, it's not just your average little argument. We're talking about a full-blown confrontation that ended up in a courtroom. And trust me, the receipts from this trial? Messy. Now picture this. The door opens, voices are raised, and suddenly Cardi is backed up against the wall. The room, full of tension, arguments flying, insults being thrown like confetti at the world's worst party. And the best part? It's all being broken down, piece by piece, right in front of a jury. See, that's the thing about Cardi. Whether you love her or not, she never halfway does anything. If she argues, it's full volume.
Bitches say I think I'm the shit. And this. No, you bitches can't live. I got the hottest
show. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear exactly how it went down when a witness opened the door and saw the chaos.
Can you please describe for the jury what you heard and saw when you opened the door?
I saw them in the corner, Cardi B's back to the wall, and just a lot of arguing. And
now tell me that doesn't sound like the opening scene of a reality show? Cardi B pinned against the wall, voices raised, somebody screaming, "Be this, be that," like it's audition day for Love and Hip Hop Season 1. And right here is where things started spiraling out of control. Security had to jump in, people were pointing fingers, and Cardi, she wasn't about to let anybody play in her face without clapping back. Now this is where the tea really starts boiling, because what went down after that first shouting match wasn't just an argument, it turned into a scene straight out of courtroom television. And the jury? They were eating it up like popcorn. Let's all be real. Cardi's opponent wasn't holding back. The insults, flying left and right, words were being thrown around that had everybody in the courtroom shifting in their seats like, did she really just say that?
Do you recall anything that plaintiff Ms. Ellis said?
It was just very argumentative as far as, you know, cursing and, you know, just be this, be that.
See what I mean? This wasn't a polite back and forth, it was pure chaos. Cardi was catching heat from every direction. And you already know Cardi. She's not one to sit there quietly while somebody else does the talking. No, ma'am. She's gonna clap back, and she's gonna do it loud enough for the entire block to hear. And that's exactly what had security shook. One of them literally had to step in like, whoa, chill, this is work, not WWE SmackDown.
I immediately walked over there and got in between them and was like, whoa, what's, you know, my thing was I'm at work, so the first thing that really came out of my mouth is to Miss Ellis, just as far as, what are you doing? You're at work, go back to your post.
Can we talk about that for a second? Imagine being the security guard that day. You clock in expecting a regular shift, maybe a boring evening, and then boom, you're in the middle of Cardi B drama. That man went home with a story his friends are never gonna let him live down. But here's where it gets even juicier, because the questioning went left. Suddenly, they weren't just talking about the yelling or the cursing. They were asking about fingernails, scratches, and even spit. Yes, spit.
Yelling back and forth, and you were speaking and yelling and screaming. You were, correct?
Excuse me?
You were yelling and screaming at each other,
Yes.
correct? When you were doing that, did your spit come out of your mouth and go onto Imani Ellis?
I don't think so, no.
But it's possible, right?
Listen, when the lawyers start asking if spit flew across the room, that's when you know the drama hit a new level. Like, how petty can we get? And Cardi? She's sitting there while all this is being replayed, probably thinking, really? We talking about spit now? And let's not forget the phone situation. Because of course, in 2025, every argument has to come with someone hitting record. Cardi wasn't having it.
Could it be that Miss Imani Ellis was not recording you with her phone? Is that a possibility?
Objection called for speculation.
Aside from what you've just told us now about the recording, is there anything else that you have? Any other testimony about how you know Miss Imani Ellis was recording you with her phone?
she told me, when I told her, why you recording me, she said, oh, my bad. Practically apologized.
Yeah, I
That
knew
right
me
there,
before that. These
that's the
bitches is
smoking
nuts.
gun.
Bitches is ball
Cardi
sacks.
felt like she was being recorded, and once somebody pulls out a phone in an argument, all bets are off. We all know Cardi isn't the type to let somebody clown her on camera without a reaction. So by this point, the jury wasn't just hearing about an argument, they were being pulled into the drama like they were watching it live.
I dressed that bitch.
The more the testimony
Fixing
went
y'all
on,
mouth to
the
talk
messier
fashion
it
with
got.
me.
By now, the courtroom wasn't just listening to testimony, they were watching a full-on reality show. Cardi versus her opponent, back and forth yelling, accusations of recording, civic debates, and even
I
fingernail
dressed that
drama.
bitch.
I mean,
Fixing y'all mouth
if
to
this
talk
case doesn't
fashion with
scream messy, I don't know what does. Let's be real though. Cardi B has never been the type to back down. You could throw her in a room with 10 people yelling at once, and she's still going to make sure her voice is the loudest. That's exactly why this whole case has people glued to it. Because love her or hate her, Cardi knows how to turn a regular argument into front-page gossip.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think it'd be happening. I don't know.
Now, isn't that the perfect
look, now I
closer?
spit that other
Cardi
shit.
refusing
Pretty
to
mother.
leave, standing her ground, and letting everybody know she wasn't about to be dismissed like some random. If anything, that moment sealed the image that Cardi B is still Cardi. Unapologetic, unfiltered, and unwilling to let anybody play her. And let's not
The
forget
shit
how
these
the
bitches
jury
be
must
bragging
have
about
felt,
is like
sitting
shit
there
I was.
hearing all of this chaos unfold, probably thinking, this is wild. This isn't just testimony,
Like-
this is pure entertainment.
You bitches don't even know the difference.
And honestly, they weren't wrong. Because at the end of the day, this case isn't just about a fight. in a
Gotta
corner.
double it.
It's about
Glory
image.
hole.
It's
Bitches
about
don't know
pride.
who they fucking
And
with.
it's about how far
Damn.
people will go when the cameras, or in this case, the courtroom, are on them. Cardi might not have walked away spotless, but one thing's for sure. She walked away still owning her narrative. So whether you see her as the victim, the aggressor, or just the queen of chaos,
Been here money.
this trial
Bitches
just
say I
proves one
think I'm
thing.
the shit.
Nobody
and
does.
and
Messy
and
drama
this.
like
Know
Cardi
you.
B, and honestly, that's why the world can't stop talking about her.